I believe just about every industry, sector, company, whatever it may be, has probably been impacted by the rapid growth and really the arrival of technology over the last 5 to 20 years, right? There's been a huge force and leap forward when talking about technology. Watch this video as we discuss how technology has changed retirement planning. Thanks for stopping by the channel. I'm Logan Sadler here, the host of the channel and the Chief Investment Officer here at Regary Financial. So as many of you know by now, I'm a financial advisor, and again, our firm specializes in helping people get to and through retirement. So we do a lot on the retirement income, tax planning, and really the whole overall of investments, and really that whole phase that transitions to trying to preserve your wealth and transition it into income streams, and again, preserve the overall goals and whatever it is we're trying to do as we transition to retirement. Why I was saying that is because I have seen in the years I've been in the business that technology has become so engaging in the ways that it can really impact positively and maybe negatively on retirement planning. Just like every industry out there, things have vastly changed of how we do things as far as that goes, but also what some of the effects may be, how fast we could do things, or maybe just simply the processes of how things are done. One of the things that I have found very interesting over the years is, back in the day, you'd meet with a broker and he would talk to you about some mutual funds. They put you in some mutual funds. He'd show you a little piece of paper and they'd say, hey, here's 5 or 6 funds to choose from. Here's how we get paid, or here's the commissions, and here's the performance. Perfect. Put 100,000 in there, see you later, right? That is really what the old school broker used to be like. And that was about as deep as they went. And then you had on the other side the insurance, where they would tell you about annuities or life insurance. Here's where you could put money. Here's the illustration. See you later, right? There wasn't really a whole lot of detailed planning or really even detailed information that you could find online and things about stuff like that. So as the internet has become more and more prevalent in today's world, it's so interesting because you could log online and say, hey, Logan, what is the top 10 annuities that pay income? And you could probably find a list, right? As well as what are the best dividend paying stocks or growth stocks. You could find all of that stuff now at the drop of a hat, right? And I think for a lot of things, it's very, very good to help find information and be able to see and maybe even learn some more about what's going on. One of the funny questions I'll always get from clients is, hey, do you think annuities are good, or Roth conversions good, or stocks good, or any of that stuff, right? If you go online and type in, why is it good? You're going to find a lot of good reasons of why it's probably good, right? And if you go on there and type in, why are they bad? You're going to find a lot of reasons of why that situation might be bad, right? And so I think one of the things in today's world that I think is awesome is some of the technologies that advisors and even clients can have access to as far as how we view our accounts, how we view our statement history, where fees are coming out. All that stuff is very, very easy to find. There's robo-advisors out there now. For those of you that don't want to pay an advisor, because you typically pay a little bit more, you can go online and get a pretty cookie cutter portfolio and pay a robo-advisor that maybe manages your account, and they don't charge you a whole lot. They don't do a lot more than just manage the account, but there is access to stuff like that now. One of the things that I think has been very beneficial, right? There's all this stuff we talked about that's impacted it, Google, the internet, all that stuff. Some of the things I think that have been most impactful that I've seen clients of ours really gravitate towards is the financial planning tools. Years ago, people, as they started to retire after the eras of pensions and things like that, when people had $1 million, $2 million, $5 million in their retirement accounts, 100,000, whatever the amount is, they didn't really know what it was for. How do I use it? How is that taxed? What's that going to look like if I left it behind to my kids? How does that look like? How should I invest, right? What's my risk tolerance? All of those questions we asked ourselves. Now, inside of technology platforms like Money Guide or eMoney or some of these bigger there's a bunch of them out there, a bunch of these planning softwares you could use, they could really give you a detailed vision of what the next 20 or 30 years can look like. And I think, is it exact? No, right? Nothing's ever 100%. Everything can change tomorrow. However, you could run through a lot of different scenarios of, hey, does this Roth conversion for my plan make sense, right? Let's plug in the numbers and see if it comes out positive, right? Oh, perfect. I ran one the other day where this client was going to save in their particular situation over $200,000 over the next 30 years of their retirement plan by doing the Roth conversion as we recommended. That makes a lot of sense, right? We have education where if things went pretty close to how this plan works out, here would be the upside into it. I had a client a week before that, I did the same thing for. We ran the numbers and they weren't going to save hardly any money. So did it make sense? No, right? We were able to look at it. Same with annuities or investments or stocks, bonds, whatever it might be. You could really look in there and find out, okay, if the market went up, here could be my return. Oh, okay, I like that upside. If the market went down, here's my downside. And they can say, Logan, that's way more than I'm comfortable with on the downside. And you can know that, right? I feel like back in the day, you used to have to just look at your statement and realize, man, I lost 50%. I wasn't comfortable with that. And there's not so much you could do after the fact. So I think there's a lot of pros and cons out there about technology and about it in the retirement planning space. I do think one of the biggest facets that I think a lot of you should take advantage of if you're working with us or an advisor like us, or you do things yourself, whatever it may be, making sure that you're using some of this technology to really help educate yourself and really help build out that foundation and that retirement roadmap of how things could potentially look throughout your retirement, and making sure that you're not just reading a blog online by somebody who knows nothing about you, but making sure you're actually using tools and strategies that you can find out in your situation if they make any sense. I hope you enjoyed the video there. Again, I think the impact in retirement planning and a lot of other industries has been dramatically impacted by technology, some of it for the good, some of it for the bad. But like I said, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by.